Help! It's me, it's Craig, it's Flooded. How are you doing? I hope you are well. The BBC, our old friends at the BBC, please have a little bit of sympathy for them because they're in a state of shock at the moment because that guy who was cancelled by the BAFTAs and had his BAFTA taken off him, that actor from those films that he did, that were apparently really good, and he's got no reason to be sorry for, by the way. What's his name? Noel Clarke. You know, the guy the BBC have been employed to do Doctor Who between 2005 and 2010. That guy. They're a little bit shocked to find out that on their show, he was also not a nice guy. Because The Guardian has brought out a story saying that 5 women have also complained about him. And here is the BBC's response to that. The BBC are shocked by allegations of harassment on the Doctor Who set. Mr. Clarke played Mickey Smith in the BBC drama from 2005 to 2010. And The Guardian has quoted 5 women, including an unnamed actress who it says have claimed that he touched them inappropriately or made sexual remarks. He's denied all the claims. He has previously vehemently denied sexual misconduct or criminal wrongdoing. It's good that he's not a criminal, isn't it? It's good that he's denied it because if you said that you had done something criminal, I guess you get arrested, right? The latest reports come after 20 women told The Guardian that Mr. Clarke, 45, had harassed or bullied them during his career as a TV and film actor, director, producer, runner, makeup, hair. He builds the sets, he does the running, he drives all the vehicles, he operates all the cameras, he does the sound, he does absolutely everything. And he doesn't apologise for any of it. Last week he said he understood that some of my actions have affected people in ways I did not intend or realise. Get away. The way you behave affects people. And he said he was deeply sorry to those people. But he denied that his actions constituted sexual misconduct or criminal wrongdoing. I feel like I've already read that paragraph. Who wrote this? BBC. This is what happens when people get powerful, because they're not trained how to behave. They don't know how to manage people. They don't know how to manage themselves. And there he is, look. A promotional photograph. Who's writing these? It's like, oh. He told The Guardian that he strongly denied the latest allegations. Okay, so at least he responded to these. His representatives have not responded to a BBC request for comment. Why not? You should be jumping up and saying, absolutely not. He did not do any of this. What are you talking about? But this is the paragraph I want you to keep in your mind, right? This paragraph here, I'll highlight it. A BBC spokesman said the BBC is against all forms of inappropriate behaviour and we're shocked to hear these allegations. To be absolutely clear, we will investigate any specific allegations made by individuals to the BBC, and if anyone has been subjected to or witnessed inappropriate behaviour of any kind, we would encourage them to raise it with us directly rather than go to the newspapers. We have a zero-tolerance approach and robust processes are in place, which are regularly reviewed and updated to reflect best practice. They've got a pamphlet, everyone. They have got a pamphlet. So if you don't read the pamphlet, things can go wrong. Read it. We're doing our best to ensure any complaints or concerns are handled with the utmost seriousness and care. They've got a website. Last week, Sky halted its work with Mr. Clarke, including the 4th series of blah, blah, blah. So the guy's pretty much cancelled. He's gone. I just want to bear in mind what the BBC has said. It is against all forms of inappropriate behaviour. But when you spool forward to John Barrowman, who is still in Doctor Who, still being paid, still getting checks from the BBC. He's fine. Let's read what it says. Meanwhile, on Friday, Doctor Who and Torchwood actor John Barrowman was said by The Guardian to have repeatedly exposed himself on set. It said that he was regarded as larking about and joking rather than sexual predatory behaviour. So it's just joking and larking about. And larking about and joking is absolutely fine. In the workplace, you're allowed to lark and joke every now and then. For him, it was exposing himself. You know, for you, it might be, I don't know, telling a joke to your colleague. For him, it was exposing himself. The BBC are against all forms of inappropriate behaviour, but him exposing himself is appropriate because he's just larking about. The BBC are fine with that. It's appropriate. You know, anything that's inappropriate, we deal with that straight away. We've written a pamphlet. We've got a website. It's just, you know, when he's inappropriate, we'll do something about it. But that was appropriate because it's just larking about. In 2008, Barrowman apologised for exposing himself on a live BBC Radio 1 broadcast. Now, when I read that, I thought, oh, he apologised on the broadcast, but he didn't. He exposed himself on the broadcast. Here's the story. Barrowman sorry, this is 1st of December 2008. Barrowman sorry for Radio Flash. Torchwood star John Barrowman has apologised for exposing himself during a live BBC Radio 1 broadcast. I was joining in the light-hearted and fun banner of the show, and it went too far. I was wrong. It'll never happen again. The BBC has apologised for the incident on Sunday's Switch show and prompted one listener, which only one listener complained. People don't care about this stuff, and I don't get it. I don't get it. How... what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate. It's not appropriate to expose yourself at work, right? We have to explain that. I don't think we do. We? I suppose we do, because the BBC doesn't seem to know. They think it's appropriate because they don't tolerate things that are inappropriate. But they have tolerated it because they're still giving him work. You know, this was 2008. He's going to be in the next Doctor Who series that's coming out soon. They knew about it because it's on their website from 2008. We do feel the programme overstepped the mark. It said adding an apology was made at the end of the broadcast. Oh, well, it's covered. It was, you know, it was inappropriate, but we apologise. So, and that's what it says in the pamphlet, actually, that if you apologise, it's not so bad. You know, just make sure you do it straight away so that we can continue to have success with our massive brand. A spokesman also stressed that nothing untoward was screened online. It wasn't shown. The people didn't see it. It was just the people at work who had to see it. That's okay. Barrowman was chatting with host Nick Grimshaw and Annie Mac when he was asked about his predilection for exposing himself during interviews. So he's done it before. He responded by saying he was going to get it out amid laughter. Barrowman said later, I didn't take it out. Oh my God. In a statement issued on Monday, the I Do Anything judge said, he's all over the place, said he appreciated the great support he'd received from the BBC over the last few years. Just double check what the BBC said about this sort of behaviour. The BBC is against all forms of inappropriate behaviour and are shocked to hear of these allegations. All forms of inappropriate behaviour. 2008, he does that and he's still getting the paycheck. I do not get it. I really don't. Here's the Guardian story. It's an exclusive. This is the breaking story. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to go through it. But I do also just want to quickly flag that somebody else who does things I think that are inappropriate based on the rules, right? Not my moral judgment, based on the rules, is Katy Perry. She is in the habit, as she explains, why she kisses fans on stage. She regularly gets fans up on the stage. And here's an example.
You were so nice. You took your t-shirt off of me. You're a little bit nervous, but not as nervous as you should be. Okay, all right. So see that little red banister over there? You see that?
That's absolutely fine. Everyone's cheering, having a good laugh. What a good time. The band are laughing. Look what she's done. She's still touching him. I worked on a BBC show, and at one Christmas party, one of the on-air talent was drunk and pushed me against the wall and started kissing me, like really like going for it. And everyone around was laughing. I didn't know what was going on. I was like a researcher, assistant producer type person. I couldn't have done anything about it. If I'd complained about it, I'd have been like scorned, like, what are you complaining about? She's really pretty. It was unbelievable. This happens all the time, and the BBC knows it does. And the BBC is against all forms of inappropriate behaviour, and they want you to raise it with them directly before you go to the newspapers. They do not want to be raised. They don't want. They already know it happens. They knew it happened with John Barrowman, and they did nothing about it. They don't want to know about it. They want it to be brushed under the carpet. They don't want the brand to be spoiled. Doctor Who is earning them a fortune. Sales around the world, sales of toys, books, records, audiobooks. They don't want it to be spoilt by this. And producers, you need to check yourselves when you're employing people, because this kind of behavior is easy to spot. You can tell when somebody's going to be over the mark or misbehaving. And presenters and talent need to stop being bigger than the directors and the producers on shows. Directors and producers need to be able to go to them and tell them to stop it or throw them off the set. I would do it. I wouldn't stand for anything from John Barrowman. I don't care who he is or how important he is. And I bet you I would get sacked for having a go at him. I've seen producers crumble in fear at people like James Cordon, who is a thug and a bully. And I've worked with him and I know what he can be like. And people are terrified of him, producers, because he's bigger than them. It's the channel, the execs in the channel who sit in the offices. They don't care if he treats you badly. They care about if it gets out, but they don't care if you can't handle him. Whatever he says goes, and he knows it. He knows how powerful he is, and there are many people. It's not just him, by the way, and it's not. I don't necessarily even blame him, because it's a culture. There's a culture of behavior, because people aren't taught how to manage themselves. They just start out like just ordinary people and suddenly get fame and money and attention lavished on them, and it's increments of bad behavior, and they get away with this, then they get away with something that's a bit worse, and before they know it, they've completely lost touch with reality of how they should or shouldn't behave around the little people. What do you think about John Barrowman? I'm particularly interested in the hypocrisy of the BBC here, because he's been very open about the fact that he's behaved inappropriately. He's tried to say it wasn't all that bad. He was just messing about. But I don't know how exposing yourself as he has done in the workplace can be deemed appropriate by the BBC. And they say they don't take that lightly. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. You can catch me on Twitter @Flooded. Thanks for watching. If you want, you can. I've got a little animation here. See if it plays it. There you go. You can leave a like. Always appreciated. And thanks for watching. And I'll be back the next time something happens in the film and TV industry. I've enjoyed making this. You take care of yourselves. Cheerio and bye-bye. Oh, what do I press? This one, I think.
Come on, man.